While surfing web, you have probably came across one of these pop-ups that ask you for your permission to store cookies. So for example, if I say cancel, it won't store any data in the storage cookie or local storage. So if I refresh, the pop-up will come back again. But if I click on accept, now your data will be saved in some kind of storage. So now if I refresh, it should not come back again. So this is called cookie consent pop-up. Let's see how we can create it using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So first we are going to create a index.html. So I'm going to say index.html. We also need a style.css, and lastly a main.js file. Now in the HTML, let's create basic markup, and let's link our CSS and JavaScript file. So let's use the link tag. So we're gonna say link, and the href should be style.css, and let's do the same for JavaScript. So we can say script source equals to main.js, like so. Let's open it up with our live server. Now we have this empty page, so let's style it. So we can say body to have a background color of, let's say, this color, or we can have some darker color, like so. It should be body. Okay, now we need to create an overlay of our model. So let's create a div that will have a class of cookie consent dash model, and let's style it in our CSS. So let me copy this class, Ctrl C, and paste it in the CSS. So Ctrl V. This will have a height of 100 VH. So let's say height 100 VH, so entire height of the screen, and width will be 100 VW, so entire width of our window. And this will have a background color of, let's say, RGBA. It will be a transparent black color, so the opacity should be 0.5, like so. And let's say the position should be fixed. So let's say position of fixed, and top will be 0 and left will be 0. So top 0 and left 0. We can also say the z index to be some big number, so this will always be the top layer, like so. Now let's create the contents here. So first we will create a div that will have a class of content. Inside that will have a h1 that will say allow cookie, and then we'll have a paragraph. Here he will explain why you need cookie, but for now I'm going to use some dummy text. So then I'm going to say lorem, and let's say we want 50 dummy words, like so. So here is our content, so let's style them. So let's say dot content. This should have a background color of white, so background color hashtag FFF, like so. And let's say our cookie consent should have a display of flex, so we're gonna say display of flex, and we're gonna say align items to flex end, so flex end. So now it should be at the bottom, so like so. Now we want some padding in our content, so we're gonna say padding. So let's say the top bottom should be 5 viewport width, and left right should be 3 viewport width, like so. Now we want some border radius in this and this corner, so we're gonna say border radius. The top left corner should have, let's say, 10 pixel. The top right corner should have 10 pixel. The bottom right and bottom left should have 0 0. So here we have some border radius here. And let's say we want a font family, so let's say font family of, I want Arial, so I'm going to say Arial, like so. Okay, now we need 2 buttons, so we're gonna create the button. I'm going to have a div that will have a class of buttons that will simply contain those buttons. So let's create the button. So button that will have a class of btn, and one will say cancel. Copy this, and one will say accept. So the cancel button should have a class of cancel, and the accept button should have a class of accept. So here are our buttons, so let's style them. So first let's style our buttons container, so that has a class of buttons. So let's say that this should have a display of flex, so display flex, and we're gonna say justify content. So justify content, it should be flex end, so they will be at the right side. Control C, as you can see they are on the right side. Let's say we want some margin tops, let's say margin top of 1 em. or let's say 2em. Okay, now let's style our buttons. So let's target the buttons. They should have border none, so border of none, and outline of none as well, so outline of none. If I save it, they looks like this. So now let's give them some padding. Let's say padding should be top bottom of 0.8 em and left right of 1.5 em, like so. And we can give them equal width if you want. Let's say width should be 100 pixels, so 100 pixel, and let's give them some margin right. So we're gonna say margin right of 1 em, so they will be separated. And let's say they should have a border radius of 3 pixels, so border radius of 3 pixel, like so. And they need to have a text transform of uppercase, like so. And let's target our accept button. So we're gonna say dot button dot accept. This will have some different background colors, so let's say background color let's try this one. So Control C. This does not look that good, so let's try to change it. So let's try this color, and it should work. But let's just say color of white. So let's say color hashtag FFF, like so. Okay, now by default we don't want to show this modal, so we're gonna say our cookie consent modal should have a display of none. So now we won't see the modal. Now only if our cookie consent modal, Control V, also have a class of active, so only in that case it will have a display of flex. So as you can see right now, this does not show any content or the modal, but if it had a class of active, like so, then you'd be able to see the content or the modal. So we'll be adding this active class in JavaScript. So first let's select this modal in our JavaScript. So we're gonna say let cookie modal equals to document.querySelector. So we're gonna say document.querySelector, and we're gonna pass the class of our modal, so it is dot cookie consent modal. And now let's select our buttons. So we're gonna say let cancel button or cancel cookie button. It is going to be document.querySelector, and we will select the button that has a class of cancel. So we're gonna say dot button dot cancel. And we also need to target our accept button. So we're gonna say, instead of cancel, we're gonna say accept. Here also we're going to say accept. And let's try to add event listener to our cancel button. So let's say cancel button dot add event listener. So we're gonna listen for the click event, and we're gonna run this function. So let's say function for now we're going to, let's say alert 0. So let's say alert 0. But of course we can see our modal, so in JavaScript we have to add a class of active in our modal. So we're gonna say set timeout. So set timeout, and here we'll have a function, and let's say this function should run after 2 seconds. So after 2 seconds we're gonna add active class to our modal. So we can say cookie modal dot class list dot add, and we're gonna add a class of active. So now if we save it, after 2 seconds we should see this modal. As you can see, this modal appears, and if we click on this cancel button, it says 0, alert 0. Now we want to hide the modal if the cancel button is clicked. So we can simply copy this, Control C, Control V, and instead of add we simply have to say remove. Now if we click on cancel, the modal is removed. If we refresh the page, the modal comes back again. So now let's do the same for the accept button. So we're gonna say Control C, Control V, and instead of cancel button we're gonna say accept button. So if the accept button is clicked, the modal should still be gone, but now we want to save the data in the local storage. So we're gonna say local storage dot set item. We're gonna say cookie accepted. Now we can say true, but I will say yes, because true is also going to be saved as string, because in local storage you can only save strings. So I'm gonna say cookie accepted to yes. So now if I save this and if I click on accept, now the modal is gone. But if I refresh the page, as you can see, the modal still appears. We don't want that. So in the set timeout, before adding the active class, we're gonna say let cookie accepted. So cookie accepted is going to be local storage dot get item, and we're gonna say get the cookie item key. So if the cookie accepted is equal to yes, so if the user have accepted the cookie, so we're gonna say if cookie accepted is not equals to yes. So if the user have not clicked on the accept button, he has clicked on cancel, in that case we want to show the modal, otherwise we won't show the modal. So if I now click on save, and as you can see we can't see the modal because in the local storage we have the cookie accepted set as yes. So if we now can clear our local storage and refresh the page, as you can see we get the modal. If we click on the cancel button, the modal goes away. If we click on refresh, the modal comes back, and if we click on the accept, the modal goes away, and now if we refresh, the modal does not comes back again. So that's how we can create a cookie consent modal using JavaScript. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.